Gallo, OKC Thunder. Chet, it seemed like offensively, you guys got whatever you wanted each possession down. What did you like best about the consistency of your execution tonight as a team?
I really liked how much we trusted each other. That ball was really moving around, especially out there in that second unit. Everybody trusted that when they get off the ball, it's going to come right back if they moved and got open, and trusted the offense. And we did a great job of that for all 48 minutes. Whoever was out there on the floor, all five guys trusted each other.
Aaron's value doesn't always come from scoring the ball, but when he does it in this type of efficiency, like what kind of signal does that send to the rest of the group?
Man, he's just a dog. And it's huge when Aaron brings that. We got a lot of guys like that on the team who come in and make winning plays. And for him tonight, that was scoring the basketball, and he did it at a high level, efficiently, hit some tough shots too. Credit to him. And, I have faith that he's going to continue to do that.
That second night of a back-to-back for you guys, but you came out of the gate super strong. You finished the game strong. Just what went into that for you guys tonight to be able to sustain that energy for 48 minutes?
It just came down to us sticking to being us. We've had some crazy circumstances throughout the year with travel and back-to-backs and stuff, and I feel like we're really learning how to kind of stick to our stuff through those types of adversity. And I think tonight was another one of those nights. We really handled the situation great and keyed in on being us.
I'm interested in your perspective on this because San Antonio played with a lot of pace offensively. It looked like they tried to get out of transition a lot. What was key for you guys to handling that, especially on the defense?
It goes back to trusting each other on offense and getting really good looks. And that comes down to taking good shots, making good shots, not turning the ball over. When we're able to, put the ball through the basket and they have to inbound it to get the break going, it really slows them down. It allows us to set our defense. And, we got really good defenders on this team, and everybody's locked in together. So we're a really tough half-court team to score on the defensive end. So just doing what we got to do on the offensive end to allow us to set our defense.
Chet, obviously, finish with 4 blocks, something like that. But just the fact that you have to man the backside and still watch where Victor is, I just wonder, could you describe the overall task of anchoring when you're playing a guy like that?
It obviously, all credit to Vic. Obviously, a great player, very talented, even at an early stage in his career. But I can't let that matchup, I guess, try and take away from what the job was tonight, and that was trying to win a basketball game, Thunder versus Spurs. So obviously, you have to have a little more alertness, and he has a little more gravity than some other players that are on other teams. But at the end of the day, I still have to try and help anchor the defense as I would normally do, and also really key in on that matchup as well. It's kind of like a nuance to it. You got to find the right balance. And I don't think I was perfect with it tonight. I don't think I'll ever be perfect. But I think we did a good job with it tonight.
You mentioned nuance to it. Nuance to it because of him specifically?
There's different nuances with every matchup. Understanding different players, how they play, what they do within the team, and then kind of trying to calculate that on how you're going to play that specific player as well as the rest of the team. Because I'm never guarding just one person. I'm, like you said, kind of anchoring the defense, making sure that I have our guys' backs. They trust me to be back there. So if they get beat and I'm not there, they'll lose that trust. So I gotta make sure I can kind of cover it all.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious because Marcus credited you with this sort of tunnel vision, like whenever Vic comes up, because obviously that's a thing. You just mentioned that night's matchup or whatever else that you reflected in time. Just because we talk so much about your competitive edge at the same time, does it ever slip into your mind at all? Like, I know, like, you kill that theme at all, and does it live at all in your mind at all?
I mean, it's obviously like human nature, but to really be uncommon and not just do what everybody else does, you have to kind of fight that. And obviously, that's the headline that you guys have. That's what ESPN's promoting. That's what the NBA is promoting, and rightfully so. Vic's a great player. I think I have a long way to go in this league, but I plan to be a great player, and play a long time. But that doesn't take away from what the focus is, and the focus is Thunder versus Spurs. We got to win a basketball game. So you got to make sure you go out, compete at a high level, but do the right things. Kind of falling bait to the matchup, I guess, can lead you to make some not winning plays and hurt the team. And I never want to be that guy.
Last thing for me, we didn't get to ask you the other night, but the group interview thing, because it seems like you kind of started that by bringing guys into your interview. Like, how did this whole group interview thing, post game, kind of start?
I mean, yeah, I never want to go up there by myself, just because want to get everybody some TV time, let them show their face, and get them some pub, I guess. And then they just started doing it on their own. Like, I wasn't even a part of it when it started this time or last time. I kind of just joined late, and they were just over there doing their thing. So, props to them. Everybody wants to see each other succeed and do it together. So, that's kind of the headline of the team. We're all really in it together.
Gallo, Thunder. Aaron, defensively, it seemed like you guys were really able to grind them down into more of a half-court game in that second half. What was different coming out of the locker room at halftime?
I think just kind of keying in to some of the things that would help us on the defensive end after makes or misses, just kind of getting matched up correctly. Not allowing some of those easy scoring chances where they, find some of their shooters in transition, or, they're able to get out and kind of find advantages with Victor in transition. And I thought we just did a good job understanding what we had to do to make sure that we put ourselves in a position to win the game. So,
Isaiah has talked about actually practicing in the summer, coming off the bench cold and having to get high and shoot threes. You only take about 1-3 a game, but yet you've been above 50% pretty much the whole year. Is there anything that you do to prepare for these opportunities specifically that you get when you're not getting a lot of shots in?
I don't know how to prepare in the off season for that. I don't know. I don't have anything for that. But I mean, just mental. For me, it's just more mental. When I'm on the bench, making sure that I'm staying loose. I have the massage gun sometimes, and I'll be massaging my calves and my quads just to kind of, when it's time for me to go, I have my legs under me and I feel good. But I'm going to ask Zay what he does because I'm really curious to know now. But I don't have anything like that. It's just mental.
And Mark was just in here, and he said word for word that you're as good of a system player as they have. I just wonder what's going into that process. Like, becoming this perfect, Swiss Army knife for utility done.
I I just want to win. So like knowing that, in order for me to, play, and in order for me to, be in a position where my team's winning games, I got to do whatever is needed for my team. So just kind of going out there and playing hard, playing to win. You find yourself doing whatever the team needs, and you find yourself, in different positions every night. But winning games is what matters at the end of the day. So.
And because I imagine you never have been in this position in your basketball career where you had this fluctuating role like this, and you kind of have to be ready when the game's called. I just wonder, if you remember the beginning stages of it and what that felt like, and, how far you come in terms of racing for that.
I mean, my rookie year coming in on a two-way, knowing that I had to kind of build a case for myself to, earn minutes and to earn a reputation in the league. So I think knowing that just kind of helped me to understand, what it'll take for me, especially from the standpoint that I was in, to kind of, succeed and have a career. So still building on that. And, coming in, I wasn't thinking like, oh, you're just going to have to be a guy that, turns into like a glue guy or somebody who like, does a lot of little things. But at the end of the day, I want to win games. So, I mean, I want to be a part of a team that wins. So that's all I'm here for.
So a follow-up on that, you said you weren't thinking about being a glue guy. What were you doing?
I mean, just the same game that I've always had. Play comfortably, play confident, and take what the defense kind of gives you. I mean, nothing about that's changed. Just a little bit more knowledgeable and understanding of the NBA, and what it takes to succeed. So.
Aaron, just going back to that question about being a really good system player, Mark also said that you do a great job leveraging the system kind of to your benefit. What goes into that for you personally? Is it just cutting, spacing? Is it chemistry with your teammates? What do you kind of attribute that to?
I mean, like I said, understanding, what it takes to win, but at the same time, just keeping it simple for myself. Cutting, getting offensive rebounds works. It works for me individually and it works for our team. So, I mean, just staying, at understanding that baseline, works. And if I'm always doing that, other things will work itself out. So, just kind of understanding that, what works, stick with it, and, you build on it. So that's all it is.
Mark also said that he's, glad to see you shooting more threes because you shot them so efficiently. Has that been a conversation for you guys, kind of amongst you and coaching staff?
I mean, small talk here and there. I try to find more opportunities there, but at the same time, it's all within the rhythm and the flow of the game. So, never trying to go out there and force bad shots or anything, but kind of find myself an opportunity to take good ones and find more. So, yeah.
I feel like last year, you guys obviously made the play-in. No one really knew what to expect from this team this year. I don't even know if you guys really knew what to expect. Have you guys gotten to a point where, like, in your minds are kind of like, we'll make the finals? We'll get to the Western Conference Finals? Like, is that kind of your new expectation?
Nah. I don't think we have as a team have looked past where we are today because I'm not sure what the standing is in terms of records, but I mean the NBA is so like drastic. Any night, anything can happen. So I think we understand that the position we're in, maybe top seed in the West right now could change in a week. So I mean we're staying right where we're at, just kind of taking it one game at a time and understanding that it's a really long season, so a lot can change.
Sorry, last one. Aaron, you're mostly on catch and shoots from three and then at the rim. But you've also got this little, I don't know, mid-post, turnaround, fade away. And it seems like your teammates obviously love that. What's that? What's been the development of that move? And which of your teammates has seen that the most in practice?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I don't know. It's just, touch, work on that shot because, it's something that, being able to score at all levels. My favorite player growing up was Kobe, so all of that mid-range stuff was like, something I always like, admired, especially because of Kobe. But I mean, it's a part of the game to a certain degree, whether it's an efficient shot or not. It's somewhat a part of the game. So just understanding there's good ones to take and there's ones that you got to pass up. So I don't know, guys love it. I love it.
Shai, it seemed like offensively, you guys just got where you wanted, spots you wanted, possession after possession. Is there a level of focus that, maybe above and beyond tonight in terms of just executing, kind of having tunnel vision on getting the shot that you want each time down?
Yeah, we wanted to really work possessions and get the best shot possible a lot of times down the floor. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight. We last game didn't have our best offensive outing and we weren't really satisfied with the way we played offensively. We wanted to come out here and correct it, and I think we did a good job of that.
It's been a long month. You guys, physically, energy-wise, kind of are able to overwhelm. You've been one of the best second-night back-to-back teams. What do you attribute that to? Depth? What do you think that comes from?
A little bit of both of those. We have a lot of guys ready to go, and then we are young, and are in really good shape. But we don't make excuses for ourselves. We try to compete every night, and we know a team across from us is not going to care or feel sorry for us that we played last night. We want to win as just as bad as they do.
So obviously, I think a lot of it can be attributed to you just playing the bulk of these third quarters. But I wonder because you had tonight, you had 16 in the third. You have mostly fruitful third. Like, what are you reading in these first halves? What are you picking at? What's developing from your point of view that allows you to maybe run loose some of those games?
I think so. I do play the whole third, and then a lot of the times, like I'm feeling out throughout the game. I'm feeling out like how they're attacking and how they're defending. And usually, like to start the game, you're like feeling stuff out, and it like the first couple of minutes takes time to do that. But coming out of halftime, I usually know like what they're trying to do, what they're trying to get into the game, and then how to attack it. And I try to do so in the third.
You've been a pretty good help defender this year. I know you and Chet play different roles as help defenders, especially on a night like tonight. But just what you see from him in terms of how much of a task he has anchoring his defense, and especially having to run when you're around, how much of a task that I think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's a big one for sure. But we give him that responsibility because we know how good he is, especially on that end of the floor. And like you said, he's our anchor. He holds us down on a lot of plays, saves us a lot of plays. He does his job at a very high level. And to do it at that high of a level this early in his career is special. We don't take it for granted.
Shay, wanted to ask you about Aaron. Obviously, a big offensive
Yeah.
night for him, but he's such a good system player. He never seems to force anything. What do you see from him offensively, and kind of how he's able to find his looks on that end of the floor?
Yeah, he Wiggins is like a Swiss Army knife. Like he could throw him in any situation and he has something for it. If we need energy, he comes in, offensive rebounds, runs the floor. If we need defense, he comes in and will defend. If we need spot shooting, he'll come in and make some threes. Like he's always ready to play and does whatever it takes, and whatever the team needs. And he understands his job and his role, and he's a star in his role for sure.
Yeah, one in the back, last one. So you say you're feeling out the game early on. What did you see specifically tonight that allowed you to exploit their defensive schemes?
Yeah, they like early in the game, their weak side was like collapsing on like every drive and like just randomly, like it wasn't like a rotation. Especially I don't want to butcher his name, Victor. Like he would just come in on every drive to try to block it. And I think we got caught a couple times early in the game. And then once we start like not taking the bait and moving it, they were spread out, and then we were able to get layups later in the game.
OKC Thunder, Mark, your offense just seemed had great tunnel vision tonight in terms of just not taking the bait on anything, attacking each possession with determination. What did you see on that end?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good offensive night for us. We obviously shot the ball very well from three, which always makes it look a little better, but the attacks were pretty sound. Played on the second side, moved the ball, found the best shot on a lot of possessions. I just thought we stayed in a very a team rhythm tonight, which was great.
Then defensively, in the first half, they got a few runouts, and it seemed like you guys really shut that off in the second half. Was it as simple as just retreating and getting back, or was there anything else that you guys did defensively?
Yeah, I thought they're obviously fast and they're willing to shoot quickly in the shot clock, so it makes it hard. You know, they attack you on made baskets as well as misses, so requires a lot of focus because they played with a great pace through the 48 minutes. But I just thought our team tonight had a very surgical approach. We won every quarter on a second night of a back-to-back on the road, settled into the game really well, you know, and really strung together a 48-minute effort. It was really, really impressive.
Mark, there's a good bit of what he does. It's just inevitable on our schemes. I just wonder, because he finished with 24 or 18 shots, what you like about game plan execution, defending him, what didn't you like, and I guess what was just, what could you attribute to just him being talented?
Yeah, I mean, just like any other talented player, they're going to get their stuff into the game, but I thought we did a good job of being physical with him. We put him in a crowd. We turned him over a couple times. I thought that we made the game difficult. He didn't really operate in free space a ton. And that was key because they were really trying to pump the ball to him and play through him. So just like any other player where teams do that, we want to do it with 5, and I thought we did a nice job of that.
Yeah, and we talked a bunch about some of the matchups Dub has had to deal with. I know tonight, he's getting some of what he needs, Lou's getting some of what he needs, and checks like on the backside. But with Dub's assignment and how he has to do it, I was wondering what you've seen in terms of the vast range of assignments he had to take on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I always drive to on him that's so impressive is just defensively, his versatility, his mentality going against the range of players and the quality of players that he goes against, as well as Lou. I mean, Lou's taking the main guy every night on the perimeter. So those two guys just lean into really, really hard matchups night after night. And in a month like this where, the schedule is like a machine gun, it's, really impressive that they drum it up every single night.
Yeah, and tonight was the team's 26th game, I believe, shooting above 50% from the floor, which leads the NBA average. What is it about this group? What is it about what you've seen so far that makes that become normal for the floor?
I think it's just a willingness to stay inside the team. And when we're not inside the team on a possession or a stretch or even a game, we jump back into the team pretty quickly. And we really didn't have great offensive rhythm the last 2 games for a myriad of factors. But I thought tonight we really tapped into it and leaned on one another and solved problems together. It's the type of team we want to be. And I think the guys naturally gravitate to that, even when we're a little off track.
Aaron had 13 last night, comes in, obviously has 22 tonight. But offensively, what did you see in terms of his floor game and the way he's taking his looks tonight?
Yeah, it's just impressive, how he's learned to leverage the system to his benefit and to his strengths because we're not running plays for him. He's, and I say that respectfully, he just has really learned how to space, how to cut, how to move, how to screen, how to roll. I mean, he's just as good of a system player as we have. And, now he's getting some cracks. I like that he's shooting more threes. I mean, somebody that shoots the ball as well as he does to drive up his efficiency and our efficiency, he should be taking those. And he took them tonight. He found good ones, and the guys did a good job of finding him.
And just second night of a back-to-back, you guys come out of the gates really strong at the 30-point first quarter, and you finish with a 40-point fourth quarter. Just with that sort of effort, and do you like the identity that you guys are building as a group when you're faced with these sort of challenges and adversity? Second night of back-to-back, long stretch in January. How you guys are responding so far?
Yeah, I mean, every game's a new challenge, and you got to, get yourself back to the bottom of the mountain, again in New Orleans for us in the next game. But great job answering the bell tonight by the team. Just great mental toughness, great discipline, great togetherness, and we're able to sustain that. I thought we had great endurance tonight. We sustained that throughout the 48.
I thought the bench was engaged from the start. They started with J-Will preparing threes there in the first half, much needed.
Yeah, I thought, that group, whatever the score was, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the first quarter, the last 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter, that group was Shai, J-Will, Casey Wallace, K. Rich, Joe, was potent tonight. Those guys really came in, elevated the game. That's what good benches do, as they cut into leads and they extend leads tonight. That team extended the lead in both of those stretches, and I thought the group to start the second and fourth did the same. And so we were a 48-minute team tonight. The guys did a great job.
And anytime you can give Shai a fourth quarter off, that's got to be beneficial.
Yeah, especially in a month like this, I've really tried to be cognizant of not only his minutes but everybody else's, and making sure that we're able to put our best foot forward in every single game. And that's why it's so important that group to start the fourth did a great job tonight of grabbing that game right off the bat. And guys, everybody did a great job tonight, obviously.
A relatively trivial part of the game, but when casing in at the end, is that just to get him more on-ball creation reps, or what was that doing?
Well, we have a lot of guys with the blue right now, so we didn't have the full group of bench guys tonight. But one of the things that I'm really conscious of with him is he's really playing a role very, very well for us. But he's also 19 or 20 years old, and he's got a lot of upside as a player, and we have to be able to balance him playing his role really well with him growing and developing. We don't want the clay to dry on his game this early, and so he's got to push forward. A lot of that's going to happen with a summer at the end of the season, but anytime we can put him in situations where he can create a little bit and feel a different developmental environment, we're going to do that because we have great belief in his ability to get himself on the court. So now it's a matter of him expanding his game, but that over time, not Thursday or whatever.
Sure. And I guess to that point, was that like the next necessary step for his game, just having that level of creation where it's like becomes more than just attacking closeouts, but maybe and the ball in the shot clock, stuff like that?
No, it's more giving him the ball in those situations so that he can be better at attacking closeouts. I think the next layer for him is secondary playmaking. So, when he's on the perimeter, kind of the Wiggins diet, what I just talked about with Aaron. Aaron's been in the program for 3 years now, so you're seeing a more complete version of a system player, but someone that understands when to move, understands when to cut, and then can make really good plays off the catch. He's obviously found the catch and shoot, so now it's a matter of being a secondary guy, not getting stuck with the ball. If he does that well, he's going to be a pretty dynamic player with the way that he defends, shoots, does everything else.
Anybody else? Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.